All right, so Jalo, he built his entire subscription base off of us trash, pointless, waste of time, waste of space on the earth as hip hop fans. His words, not mine. He's the self-proclaimed gangsta hater. He had beef with Charleston White because he was basically beefing over who's the biggest snitch. Uh, that's how their whole discrepancy started. So he hates the culture that he built his fame and wealth on, and now that he feels like he's maxed out, with the amount of subs that he can get in the hip hop space, aka the urban space or the black space. Now that he's maxed out there, he's ready to throw us away like the old toy in Toy Story and trade us out for the new one. The new one being, more universal topics or more mainstream friendly topics. Basically, he's going to full on try to become Jamari. And, for most creators to expand their topics, you wouldn't really face backlash. But when you've blatantly shit on an entire category and demographic of people for the last like 2 or 3 years, it's gonna rub people the wrong way, especially the gang members and whatnot alleged that you decided to, shit on and build your career off of shitting on them. You got clout from it, but basically he's gonna hop on the No Jumper couch, the good old No Jumper news couch, and say how he's done with that. It's too negative. He doesn't want that negative energy, that negative karma, which is crazy because he's literally built his brand off of death and destruction. But we're gonna get to all that and more. Enjoy this little teaser of a different No Jumper news clip that's gonna be playing later on in the video. And sandwiched all in between these news clips, we have Lush leading the No Jumper show with Munchie B.
Okay.
It was.
Tall, light-skinned, cute nigga.
That's all I'm saying. I do something to her.
No,
I do something to her in here.
Suspect cute?
No,
I do something to her in here. That's all it is, baby. I do something to her, baby. I get her riled up in her loins and she can't handle it up here. That's what happens, baby.
Listen, bro.
It's sus, baby.
Tall, fly, light-skinned, cute nigga. I can understand.
Tell her,
I can understand.
It is sus. It is sus how a suspect is just gonna happily accept that very sus compliment from a Jalo. There's nothing wrong with being a man that likes to sleep with men, but you gotta just live your truth. The Jalo's living like a Tyler Perry character. He's out here not being honest with who he is. If he has female partners in his life, he's out here living that trapped in the closet Tyler Perry storyline. It's crazy. Really, Jalo should just move to Atlanta. That no offense to my Atlanta viewers, but y'all know what y'all got a reputation for out there. I know it's not everybody. I've met some solid Atlanta individuals for sure. But for the ones that are living like Jalo, you already know y'all will welcome home. Welcome him with some big old open arms. But anyways, let's get into this other No Jumper news clip that goes back to the beef that has been forming. Remember, it's a No Jumper civil war out here that nobody is safe from. You got to pick a side and stay on it. The thing is that's interesting about this No Jumper civil war is that Jalo has nobody on his side. Like, literally nobody is going to argue on behalf of him or with him. It's like everybody versus Jalo. He's Thanos of No Jumper, but like calling him that is almost disrespectful to the character of Thanos. But anyways, let's get into the clip. Remo versus Flakko, and then Lush is gonna hop in and join in on the action.
No, somebody hit you up about something that just came out recently.
No, bro. It's just everything, right? Here, even like last night, right?
Yeah.
I was in Rockstar Room with GBO Gaston, okay? But I didn't schedule the GBO Gaston interview. Folks is like contacting my phone talking about, oh, why you niggas bringing GBO Gaston? Nigga, no! I have nothing to do with that. That's not my room, right? But people would just try to involve me in certain things that I have nothing to do with. So now when like that happened, bro, I tell niggas, bro, I'm in a Zen state right now, bro. I'm super Zen. I'm super peaceful. I have no type of negative energy, man. I run away from negative energy, bro. I'm just trying to give love and receive love, bro. All the other stuff that goes on, I'm gonna let them handle it. You feel me? All right, like for example, wait.
Oh, word. That's
And,
where. That's oh boy. That's your neck of the woods, ain't it?
ain't that LA County? What is that LA County?
Is that LA County, Pomona? Nah. Yeah, it is.
Yes. So then it's LA. No, but yeah, no. When I see people like, bro, one, you probably not even like in online like that, like in terms of
Not
like
in
this space.
not in that. Hell no. I don't
But yeah,
know.
there's a lot of people going out of their way to call him out for being fake. But
after that viral interview.
Yeah, bro. But I don't. Again, bro.
So give me some stuff. All right, because you titled it like he was lying.
All right, so before Jalo gets lightly pressed about his shenanigans, his bullshit shenanigans, I should say, because that's what it is. The whole Zen Master thing is a bunch of BS. He just said he's about to choose peace, and then he's instantly within 5 minutes going to say, and in the same show, it's really how they're starting off the show. He leads in saying, yeah, this alleged LA gang member hopped on the no jumper platform and lied all throughout his interview, and he's basically saying that dude didn't have as many fades in the county jail that he claims to have had. But like Jalo, who are you to challenge what somebody has to say about catching fades? You're the least qualified person to talk about catching fades. You've never caught a fade in your life, to our knowledge. So why are you even commenting on what fades somebody caught or didn't catch? That one, that has nothing to do with your so-called new positivity vibe, but two, you've never caught a fade. You owe people some fades if you're going to start talking about fades. Let's at least hear about how you caught a fade with somebody. Calling Lush's old ass out for a fade doesn't count either. I want to see a fair one, or at least hear about a fair one, Jalo, and then you can comment on fade politics, maybe. But you still can't really comment on too much of the jail politics. It's the reason why I'm leaving that whole sector alone. I never wanted to comment on jail politics in the first place. It's just the RICO was such a big deal. I had to do some videos on it and give my angle to it as someone that's not from that walk of life at all, how I see it. And I was still able to sniff out that you probably would, or at least, allegedly would proudly feed information to a federal agency. Anyways, though, that's not what this one's about. But it does remind me that at the very end of this video, instead of a bonus clip, I'm going to clear up a little paperwork error that I published months ago when I first started this channel. Within my first, 20 videos, I posted a piece of paperwork that doesn't belong to Jalo after all, because he has a bunch of different names and aliases that he goes by. But I pulled the actual paperwork that he's actually a part of, and it's a very similar case. So it was a pretty honest mistake. I wish I had caught it before publishing it, so I apologize to you guys, my audience. But that's why I don't publish paperwork. I'm not Whack 100 in the exposures. I'm not a paperwork expert. So this is the last time I'll even have anything black and white as far as paperwork in any of my videos. But anywho, back to the show.
Just like the guy.
No, but just give me something that he was lying about, or that people said that he was lying about.
The number one thing that you was like, yo, straight cap.
This shit cap.
The 39 fades.
I mean, Big U said he had 200 or 22 fades back to back, and niggas believed it. So how you know that those fades? Somebody told you those fades is a lie, or you just assuming it was a lie?
There's a lot of discord online. For example, Rockstar called him out for.
Oh, word. So Rockstar put that call in. Now it makes sense.
No, not Rockstar, bro. But there's mad. Listen. Even he's talking about how people are now hating on him all of a sudden. But there's a lot of discourse online about. But I'm saying I don't care about the monkey activities that take place, right? So, for example, if somebody come up here and they monkey it up, yo,
this nigga said monkey.
They have every right to monkey it up.
I like
monkey
that,
right?
It's crazy.
That's not my business to tell them, hey, bro, you shouldn't be. No, bro.
But who the fuck is trying to hold you accountable where you supposed to tell?
A lot of. Listen, bro.
Ooh, name somebody.
So
it don't even make sense.
Pause. Why would I name the people that's trying to hold me accountable? You feel me? No, I mean, if game makers want to come up here and lie,
it's not on you.
Even that, it's not even on us, right? Because we're not telling them to come up here and lie. We're giving them a platform to come and tell their story. And if they see that Crip Mac is popping, that
Yeah.
4 Extra is popping, because they're talking about their real fades and shit like that.
So you think he's trying to replicate that?
I didn't say him. I'm just saying, don't call my phone about somebody lying. I'm saying if a game banger do come up here and lie, then they're doing it because they see the blueprint.
Basically saying it's part of their game plan. So like,
Yeah,
don't
man.
take.
I gotta
taking
watch the
idea and
video
way of
because
trying to
I
come
didn't watch that video, but I'm trying to see. I'm interested to see
Boy,
besides the fight what he was lying about.
boy, bro, right, bro, listen, bro. And this man said that like jujitsu helped him beat up like 5 people that would.
Oh, he was going that crazy.
The man said that jujitsu helped him beat up 5 people that was jumping him, right? And he said
He's an interesting ass nigga though,
no,
bro.
he's not, bro.
But that nigga's interesting.
I'm talking about like outside of that, bro. Again, right? Like Abba and Preach ain't discussing this. Like Moist Critical ain't talking about this shit. Like Twitter ain't posting this nigga shit, right? Like no, but again, is all positivity, bro. I'm not. I don't want to give out no negative energy.
So you think he got potential to be the next Crip Mac or 4 Extra?
If I can tell from the very
So hold on. So Jarlo wants to be more like Aubrey and Preach and Moist Critical, aka Penguins Zero. Moist Critical basically is just a funny way of saying most critical, also known as the most critical person in this space. He finds people to roast, and if you make it onto the Moist Critical page getting roasted, you're actually going to end up making money because he has a bunch of followers that are going to go and watch the original person that he was roasting. I know I've looked up people that he was roasting in the past. So, look at this. I'm going to go watch some Wes Watson videos now. This seems interesting. And things like that, right? But how are you going to say, well, I'm going zen, I'm going all positivity, and then the two inspirations that you're basically just trying to tap into the demographics that they're tapped into, because that's really all it is. It's he's trying to pivot the angle of his content to get off of the street stuff because there's not enough money in it. There's not enough following in him talking about street stuff. Which, dude, we get it. You don't have to lie and belittle your own race yet again. You're still disparaging and looking down on your own race. Yes, we all hop on YouTube in this space and criticize others. That's a part of fair use, is that you have the right to play content, pause it, and criticize what you just heard. You don't have to criticize everything. You could also agree with certain shit, but there's a way about going about it, right? What's not the way is to completely shit on an entire race of people. All Black Americans in Flakko's eyes are pieces of shit that will never be nothing but thieves and crooks, and lock them all up. In his mind, we could pull content for hours and hours, days and days of Flakko putting down his own race. At the end of the day, yeah, he's from Liberia, but he's still of the same skin tone as us, but he's definitely not our kinfolk, right? But it's just crazy to me that he picks Abba and Preach, who, let's be honest, their main views come from criticizing Fresh and Fit. So essentially from hating on Fresh and Fit. Some people call it hating on. I don't think it's that. It's holding them accountable. It's roasting them, criticizing them. That's what it really is. Moist Critical, he points and shoots on any random ass creator. Anybody can get it for real, just like point and shoot. Moist Critical is like the final boss of all commentary channels, of all reaction channels. That's the final boss. If you're in his competition level, then you're set for life. Your kids are rich for life. They'll be getting views in the womb. But anyways, let's get back to this BS that Jala has to say to close out this part of the video, and then we get into the real fun.
Very beginning that you are trying hard, that this is not something that's like authentic. It's kind of like, hey, bro.
Damn.
But hey, listen, bro. I'm not God.
Flakko said you faking it, man.
You feel me? Listen, man.
I don't know.
God.
I thought he was
so
authentic.
I can't tell nobody, if they're gonna.
I didn't watch the interview though. He was authentic, right? So Flakko got some inside scoops from some niggas.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not God, so I can't tell him like if he's gonna be
tapped into the streets.
Right, listen, bro,
My
just
boy
gossip,
Lush.
right? Cause
Good.
what's up, man? Right, because when you go from gossiping,
Yeah, you straight.
right, because when you go from gossiping and like, oh no, jumper, and then you go to jail and start being like a revolutionary, bro, the Fed's gonna say, okay, where? Okay, we have a genocide now. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And now they incentivize now to say, you know what? We don't want to give you the best deal possible. Wait, hold up, bro. Crip Mac got 2 years plus time off for his gun case. Yeah, Brick, sorry, 5. Right, so you just don't want to start hopping on these folds. Listen, you want them to think that you are an ignorant nigga. All right, listen, bro. If I'm in their position, bro, I'm gonna start talking just straight Ebonics, bro. I'm not trying to be no Martin Luther King, bro. Straight Ebonics, bro.
That nigga said I'm gonna start talking straight Ebonics. So you think this nigga start acting dumb, he gonna get a lesser sentence?
Double do, bro. Feel me, right?
This nigga Flakko is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Flakko in a gray sweatsuit. What kind of thirst trap are you setting today, brother? Like,
Thirst trap is crazy.
Come on,
man.
Yo, this isn't my first time watching this clip. I'm about to have to add the zoom in on that. Y'all seen Flakko just stack them signs like that? Whatever he was throwing up. That's out of pocket. That is out of pocket. That's like if I got on here and started talking like a prime Bosco. I'm not Bosco. We have lived completely different lives. Bosco, low-key, is the pioneer of the category that Flakko is criticizing. And even Bosco has calmed down as of lately as far as what and how he talks about. He's not just openly calling out fades unless it's a fade for some money in a sanctioned boxing event. So shout out to Bosco. Shout out to the growth. And even then, Prime Bosco was hella entertaining. But he's one of the first to really just hop on the IG live or make an IG post that went stupid viral and was entertaining the squares of squares and actual street niggas as well. He's the first one to really run with that as his lane and make it into something. That's really who everybody that's hopping on YouTube that did walk that path was. I'm sure if they had to make a Mount Rushmore of YouTubers, of street YouTubers, Bosco's got to be the first name you put on there. Gotta be. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Bosco for sure is that, right? He's like a founding father of that shit. But he's never got himself indicted off of what he's saying on YouTube. He was still smart enough, even when he was his most turned up, he was smart enough to not get arrested off of what he's saying on YouTube. Unless I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I forgot about something, but from what I remember, he had a consistent run where every day you could wake up, you're gonna see Bosco on IG Live or whatever, getting into something, arguing with niggas, doing regular shit, going to the store, buying some blunts, whatever it is. But Bosco aside, nigga, why did Flakko just throw up the gay gang like that? He's banging on Lush. We know he hates Lush. And I have an observation to let y'all in on. Flakko, his hate for Lush has now gone to the maximum level, I believe, because when Adam went on his vacation, Flakko's this whole time, he's been acting like he's the shift leader, especially when Adam's not there. He be telling people that, oh, you're late, you're 10 minutes late today. Oh, let's move on to the next topic. He's making the topics for the shows. But guess who they left in charge? Not Flakko. They left none other than Lush One, America's favorite junkie. They left the dude who can't stay clean. Shout out to Lush One. I hope you have much continued success. You've been winning my respect over. The only time I had to step back, my appreciation rants for Lush and what he's bringing to the table as of late is when he was all geeked up to go and vlog for extra at his hood day. Yeah, bad idea, right? Even without vlogging it, 4Extra still got jammed up going to that hood day. But that's neither here nor there. Free 4Extra. Actually, I'm not going to say free 4Extra because he keeps on doing dumb shit that gets him sent right back. It might be to the point where I'm going to say pray for 4Extra because I think he's institutionalized to the point where he's more comfortable incarcerated than he is free, right? But anyways, that aside, pray for 4Extra though, for real. I would be sick too, honest. If I'm Flakko, I take myself so serious. I think I'm the not just the physically biggest, but the biggest personality in the building. I got the biggest following. I pulled the most views on my own individual channel, not on the actual channel, but on my own individual channel, I pulled the biggest views at anybody here. And you leave Lush in charge, but Lush has done a great job. And once we get out of this No Jumper news clip, you're gonna see what I mean. Lush put on a No Jumper show without Adam, and it was actually very entertaining. I was highly entertained on Tuesday. I can't hold you. And I was entertained without all the bullshit that usually a No Jumper show comes with. The dark energy wasn't in the building, which is Adam. Lush actually put on a good vibes, chill, still covered all the topics, still got viral moments or viral worthy moments, even if they didn't go viral right away. It was a classic episode of the No Jumper show, actually, and it was without Adam. But we have to get to that first. So now we're going to get into Lush and Flakko arguing on the same news show about, they're going to argue about DJ Academiks and if he got his majority of his early clout off of the war in Chirac, or was it off of just being a regular commentator that talks about pop culture figures and things, which I already have said on this channel multiple times. It's war in Chirac. Flakko has basically just been running with that formula. The shit that's got him the most money and views on YouTube was the unfortunate passing of Young Dolph and Takeoff. But Takeoff's video on Flakko's page has recently actually become his most viewed ever, by the way. RIP to both of those men. You know what I'm saying? That shit is tragic. But Flakko ran to his computer and couldn't wait to do his 50 take videos to get a 24-minute final product of, just deep diving into the whole unfortunate situation with no remorse, no donations to their families, no buying of no merch, nothing. No real support, just all leech. Just suck all the blood out of a situation and keep it all for yourself and move your fat ass body on to the next subject. That's basically Flakko's channel in a nutshell. But anyways, back into this clip, as I was saying, so we can get to that good stuff. I'm gonna not talk until we get to the academics, into the thick of the academic shit, because I do have to talk at one part of it.
What gang is that?
It's West Side Fargo, man. Feel me?
The
West Side.
unicorns.
He tried to throw West Side Boulevard. That's where Rockstar from, ain't
We
it?
throwing the
It's
Bullies
West Side
up, huh?
Fargo.
West Side Fargo.
You feel me?
Ain't Fargo in Canada?
Hey man, with that being said,
I'm out there here, right? But like that's the thing though too, right, bro? Is I'm trying to be out there space. Meaning this, bro, like where I'm trying to go to, especially bro, like with the launch of like my podcast and actually like putting a lot of like resources into, bro, this low hanging shit you niggas is on, y'all got the gangbang content, bro. Like y'all got it, bro. Like I'm not, bro. This is not what I'm trying to do, bro. Like y'all got it. So so yeah, bro. So if anybody thinks that I'm taking up like real estate and inner space, bro, y'all got it. You feel me? Like y'all
do you
good.
feel like the internet's kind of moving away from that and people are kind of getting sick of that type of content?
I don't feel like people were ever on this content, though, bro. If you look at like the different like category of content that like been popping in terms of like the movements, even from like 2020, it was the red pill stuff. Then now it's more so like the streamer, like the lifestyle, the IRL content. There's never been a space where gangbang content is popular, right? It's always been super niche. And because you're in LA and the majority of your audience is Los Angeles people or like California people or West Coast people, the numbers are always going to be higher because the concentration of your subscribers are interested in gang content. But if you look at the grand scheme of things, bro, like you not about to do, I don't know, bro, like a Cat Williams-esque interview with a gangbanger. Feel me? Like it's not about to, like shake the world and be on Fox News and CNN and Colbert and feel me? It's not happening.
I want to say his music.
No,
He actually had a super hard Soldier Boy diss too.
No, but that's different than like the gangbanger from across the block who his entire thing is. I never rapped. I've barely done podcasting. Y'all just know me because I have been accused of shooting people, and I wear a rack. So I'm about to do an interview and do 100,000 views. So I mean, like that's
Well, it's also
Just a tad bit I do have to say this one more thing about what was said in the past few moments. Um, I want to see Flacco's podcast only because I want to see um, whose podcast will be better, Flacco's podcast or Sharp's podcast. So I like Sharp's podcast. I'm rocking with that shit. It's actually good vibes. It's actually positivity, and it's authentic and original. It's very original as far as what we see from the other like No Jumper spinoffs. It has nothing to do with No Jumper or anything that they cover, and it's a really dope pivot to see. And shout out to Sharp for hitting that 100K. I'm willing to bet you he'll be showing us a YouTube plaque soon, something we still have never seen from Flacco. But anyways, back into it.
So, like, I
Yeah.
mean, is the difference between local news and national news if you think about it? Like,
Sure.
because like academics, who, we probably would have heard of him eventually without the Warren Chirac because he's so talented. He probably would have got something else jerking for himself. But like, I
But we
became a
already
fan.
heard of him before the Warren Chirac.
I became a fan of DJ
Hell no.
Academics because of Warren Chirac.
Everybody
war
really
in Chirac was
100,000
Academics. Listen, right? So look, Academics actually had to take the war in Chirac from his main channel and put it on a separate channel
Right.
because the views from War in Chirac was not comparable to the views when he talked about like the young thugs of the world. You feel me? So like, bro,
But he
like
didn't
his views.
start with Warren Chirac.
No,
Yeah, for the most part he did. That's
he
what
did, bro.
that's what got him attention. All the other shit, like when he was talking about Young Thug and all them, wasn't really doing
no.
numbers.
Listen, bro.
The Chief Keef shit
Yeah, we
got him on the map. Easily.
That's why we
He went viral with it. Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
that's
But
why
his
we
thought-
like
but he's
DJ
saying-
He was
Academics.
talking.
All right, so real quick, we're looking at this stats right here. Now, I don't think the overall views matter that much. It's just to look at when the channel started. So the first channel was 2012, right? And the top viewed video is right there, 12 million, 11 million. Then 1.6 is a Warren Chirac video, though. Then he made Warren Chirac, probably because the ads, Warren Chirac's not too advertiser friendly. You're not making a lot of money off of a series like this, just clout. And yeah, he probably did find a way to monetize them because it's like a news thing. But anyways, and that's why he has to criticize too. But he could have done it in a more tasteful way, and he was essentially the scoreboard for the Chicago violence. Then he has whatever other pages he made, and so I left these in. You guys can go back and pause them to look if you don't want to dig up his multiple pages yourself. And then he has like the page with the billion views too. But it doesn't really matter because if you look at the top viewed videos, outside of the one about Suge Knight, which he might as well get thrown into the war of something. He's a warlord himself, right? Um, all of Academics' main views came from death and destruction, right? Just like Flacco. Very strange archetype to build yourself after, being that of Academics. But I mean, yeah, Flacco has a lot in common with Ack, being that they're both like black immigrants. So I guess that's what really resonated with him, just like the whole Drake thing that they have.
About regular
Yeah,
topics
no,
and
but
shit,
it wasn't
but it wasn't
viral.
going
Listen,
viral.
No, when he
It
was
wasn't
calling
viral at all.
King Lil J, the Chirac Wolverine and shit, that's what we loved him for.
No,
But the thing that- but the
he
thing-
was talking about J. Cole and Kanye and rappers and shit, but it wasn't
he was
like
doing numbers, hundreds of thousands of views
The
per
thing that
upload.
you gotta understand, you guys are like hip hop or like internet and like into it. So even Warren Chirac, I feel like he was still niche at that time. We were just into Chicago
Yeah,
music.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Chicago
really
music
niche.
was still niche at that time. I think Academics really like went mainstream with Complex. I think that's when
Right.
and Joe Budden went
exactly. No, but that and that's kind of my whole point is that Warren Chirac was like the
Niche.
platform that led to the
Him
catalyst
getting
of his
opportunities,
success, which
yeah.
But
was
that's not
that.
true. Meaning this, okay? So look, here's Academics' entire history, okay? He was uploading the Breakfast Club clips, right, to get his followers up, and then he started doing the radio-esque, like not showing my face, people thinking that I'm on radio, and then he transitioned to mainstream topics, and that time his like mainstream topics was going crazy.
it was never going crazy.
I'm telling you, it was going crazy. The War in Chirac thing, and he put it on his main channel, but he had to separate it because, like, the people on his main channel ain't give a fuck about the War in Chirac niggas.
That's not necessarily true. Flacco is trying to semi rewrite the history because he's just hoping that nobody else was watching Academics at that time. But honestly, Academics was one of the only black voices on YouTube really running daily you know, rap based and hip hop based content, and that's a huge reason why people started to follow Ack in the first place, is because it was somewhat relatable. It's like, wow, this dude's like Stephen A. Smith, but like hip hop version, which is actually the real reason why he even was considered for Everyday Struggle, which was supposed to be rap's version of First Take. That's what that show was created to be, and it's supposed to be the old head versus the new head, or whatever, you know, the YN at the time. Act definitely built his name off of the war in Chirac though, because that was the shit that was going stupid viral, because nobody else was covering that topic in as much detail. That's like saying, like, if somebody tries to say 20 years from now or 10 years from now that Brendan Buckingham didn't build his name off of going to the hood and doing vlogs. Like, yes, he did. He's one of the only people willing to go to any hood in America and do a damn vlog and interview right there on the block and go see which projects you live in and everything. Like, he's really in the field. Academics was in the field, but like on a Google Maps type of way. That's why he been getting called a cop for a long time, because like, nigga, you got like low key police surveillance methods to of getting all these Instagram lives, and how you see every Chicago nigga's Instagram live. Did you just scour through everybody's yearbook and follow everybody and just find the ones that are the most turned up on their IG live stories and shit? And who's really beefing, to put together an investigative piece like War in Chirac, you really had to be in those digital trenches to even get the information that he was bringing to the net. Which, guess what? When you do that good of a job, because despite it being in bad taste and him making jokes out of people passing away and stuff, it was still very good journalism going on. It was. He had to present it as satire so that the videos could have a hope of being monetized. But nobody else was going that far. We all seen the headlines, just like seeing the Florida Man headlines. But nobody's morals were so non-existent that they were willing to run that play. That's what people try to like push to the side, is that, yeah, a bunch of people could have just dived deep and made content on that shit, but morally that's just foul. You're making money off of the bloodshed of, a lot of the times, black men that aren't even men. These are boys committing violent acts on other boys 17 and under, and that's what you built your name and fortune off of.
They put it on the War Inside Right channel, but still, his main channel where he talked about, you know, like celebrity news, that always had more subscribers and more views. That was always outperforming the War Inside Right shit. The War Inside Right shit was just niche. But Academics, listen, the War Inside Right never had more subscribers than the main Academics channel.
See,
yeah, subscriber count wise, but it was doing more views when he was talking about.
Doing more views.
It was easily doing more views when he was talking about Chief.
W. Remo, as y'all will see towards the end of this video, Suspect loves to say W Suspect, but that's for the chat and the commentators to decide. Suspect, you saying W Suspect without making an argument. That is exactly why I put the screenshots of the Academics channels, because again, I'm gonna place them again right here, so you guys don't have to rewind right now. But again, the Warren Chirac videos, the top, if you just look at the most popular videos on each channel that he created after the fact, Warren Chirac is the ones that keeps on popping up in the most popular, which, based off of how I view YouTube channels and now study them as a content creator, once you have a couple videos that pop off, people are going to go back and watch your old videos, so it boosts them. So the argument that Flakko is making is kind of flawed, because culturally, for everyone that was there, we know that War in Chirac, when a new one of those drop, if you already watched all the other ones, you watching that shit. If a regular act video drop, you don't really care as much about him talking about whatever was going on in pop culture and the TMZ headlines that day. Over time, he still does have some where it's like talking about Young Thug wearing a dress and, you know, a couple outliers. Suge Knight becoming incarcerated again, like, yeah, that's a big deal type of situation. But for the most part, what got you your most clout is for sure the war in Chirac. Even on that page that he's talking about, the one from 2012, the first Academics page, before he isolated war in Chirac, within that top 6 of most viewed videos ever on that channel, war in Chirac pops up in the top 3. It's in the top 3 out of the top 6. It's number 3. So it's like, bro, what are you talking about? Just because none of the War in Chirac videos hit 12 million views yet doesn't mean that those weren't the videos that got his traction in the YouTube algorithm. And that's just what it is. And for those of us that were there, you can't just lie to our face, or not he's not even full blown lying, but you can't try to twist the narrative in favor of your boy when he's even come out and said that he regrets how he did the war in Chirac. He didn't say he wouldn't do it again. He just regrets how he went about doing it. You know, the way that he basically became the scoreboard for the Chicago murder rate. Essentially, it was like, it's like getting on the cover of Slam magazine if you have a Warren Chirac video about you by Academics. You wasn't really doing nothing in the streets of Chicago, and the people from the situation said this. G Herbo said this to Academics' face. That's like, man, people ended up having to live up to the names that was bestowed upon them from those videos. But it goes deeper than that, where it's like you're literally the scorecard. They're able to keep track of who did what, who's up on the ops, and who's losing, who's the losing team, winning team, because of this long form, years and years worth of documentation that you did. And then to add the playful names on it, yeah, some dudes embrace the names that were put on them, but at the end of the day, that ruins some people's lives. Calling Lil Reese, or Reese, I hope I said his name right, you know what I'm saying? Calling him the Grim Reaper of Chicago was basically like calling a new recruit that's coming out of high school right now the next LeBron James. That's a lot of pressure to put on somebody. You put the biggest target possible on that young man's back. He might have wanted to go the J-Main route one day and start pushing peace. But you completely, well, not completely altered his life, because he still had he has free will and made his own decisions. But your influence as a social media content creator definitely steered him. It helped steer the wheel to keep him on that wrong path at the end of the day. That's a real thing. Once you have a reputation, you got to live up to it. And especially a young impressionable mind getting a reputation put on them, you have to live up to that. And so Academics has definitely probably has a lot of guilt and nightmares behind the scenes when it comes to his part in the death and destruction of other young black men. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got a bag out of it. He's one of the biggest media personalities ever. But at what cost? You know what I'm saying? Is it worth being seen as a soulless individual? Is it worth your soul to throw an entire city of young black men under the bus for capital gain? I don't think that's worth it. You know what I'm saying? There's a different way to go about it and still get some type of happiness out of being a content creator. You may not become bigger than Act, or maybe you will. Gillian Wallow are probably bigger than Act right now, or at least on the same level, right? And they're not. They're doing the exact opposite. They're saying, "Hey, I lived this life. Don't go down that path." They tried to help Young Boy before he went back to jail. One of the more recent times, right, in the last 5 years, they try to help people not go down that path and not steer others down that path. And you could argue they have a similar amount of success as people that chose to go the wrong route. But see, I'm damn near spoiling what's to come. I'm gonna let this no jumper news play out now. Even if I do get triggered and want to say something, I've been going on long rants on this one. So shout out to all y'all that are rocking with your boy, with my personality that I bring to the content. If you don't want to see somebody transform the content, then simply do not watch the reaction channels or a commentary channel. Because if I don't do it as justice, if I just say one worders every 3 minutes, 4 minutes, that's not a real reaction. That's not really transformative. You know what I'm saying? It's about me getting my creativity off at the end of the day, getting what's on my mind off at the end of the day as well. The content is the feel to that. But I'm driving this here whip. But anyways, back to the content.
I was there.
I was there too, watching the shit.
No, you wasn't. Listen, if you think that the Word in Chirac channel, was doing more views than the main up, no, bro, hell no.
I was today years old when I learned that it wasn't because of Warren Chirac. I thought that's what blew him up.
No, hell no.
The band, but like
Academics would say that's what blew him up.
Bro,
yeah, that's for sure you would.
Academics would say that, but
he definitely blew up on that. Because
he 100% blew up on the Warren Chirac.
And Flakko, I don't think you really get my main point, which is I understand wanting to expand beyond that at a certain point, and it makes sense that I guess you feel like you've done what you could within the gangbanging street sector, and you're expanding.
I was never in it though. Like that's my thing. You feel me? Yeah.
I mean, sure, but you might
definitely was. Nigga.
I mean, it seemed like you were, but regardless, what you consider, you were doing content that audience was consuming.
Majority of your views, or a lot of your views, is like street shit.
I mean, your most viewed video is the Dolph video, right?
But streets and gangbanging are two different things, right?
Your most viewed video is a Dolph murder video, right?
Hey, listen, I just feel like at some point the content becomes harmful, and I just don't want to do the harmful stuff no more, right? Because, bro, I just want to give out positive energy and like receive it back, right? Feel me? And
I respect that.
And
that's I'll fuck with that. Let's talk about this big sad situation.
Cause I got a problem with this word, cause I think it get like all right, culture vulture. Okay. Like what's a definition of a culture vulture? Cause
Yeah. So we're not gonna get into the big sad situation, cause quite frankly, I don't give a damn about that situation. Big Sad is dope with music though. I don't know what about this different paperworks and all that. That ain't for me, but his music is fire. I ain't even gonna cap. But now we get into Lush running the No Jumper show successfully. It was a good show. I think it's an instant classic. Well, actually, it's not an instant classic. I don't think it's doing that crazy of views, but I think it will be a classic episode. Anywho, Munchie B is gonna ask the question, what is the definition of a culture vulture? And yes, there is some underlying reasons to why he asked that. Munchie B is managed by Drea the Virgo, just like a lot of content creators on YouTube, right? And Flakko has reignited his attacking Drea the Virgo. Now, with the paperwork that I'm going to flash at the end of this clip, we'll do it at the end of this clip, and then we'll get into the most recent No Jumper news that took place on Wednesday, right? But so when you look at Flakko's actual checkered past, not the one that I mistakenly put up of the dude who got ordered to get deported with the same last name as Flakko, I ended up finding the full version of that paperwork, and it was the wrong name. Shout out to the person on the community post that pointed that out. That made me go back and do the research again. Now that I'm more mature in my YouTube journey, I have no problem admitting that I was slightly wrong on something, or even all the way wrong on something. But in this case, it was slightly wrong. But anyways, Munchie's basically gonna get the conversation going on Flakko's most recent reckless behavior and beef that also involves going at Rich Trapper yet again, which is really ridiculous. But let's get into the clips right here.
I already don't like that term no more. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's a broad definition of the term is people that are from outside of a culture, capitalizing off of it and not giving back to it. Yeah. Like from a parasitic standpoint, like you just taking and not giving back. That's a culture vulture.
Like what's his name? He'll be considered that to a lot of people.
Post Malone.
Yeah, but I'm saying even the blogger dude, like I seen he was up here before, Trap Lord Ross. People look at him like that.
He gets those allegations.
You know what I'm saying? Because they'll be like, he's talking about cases and things that's going on in these streets and shit like that, and making millions of views and probably making money off a lot of these dudes that he's talking about. But then it's like it's no give back to a lot of these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like you feeding off of their culture, but you ain't you a vulture. You eating off of their culture. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You ain't putting nothing back into it. You feel me? Like on the real.
Well, and it's typically used for a lot of white guys. Let's be real.
I was saying, any white though? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he'll be used. He'll be an example.
You feel me?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Adam, Vlad. Yeah, man. The top 5. Y'all top 3.
Yeah, you feel me? Like,
okay, so when somebody cover a certain topic, right, subject, capitalizing off of getting money, but don't like nothing about these people.
Yeah.
What is that?
Is that what you're saying, Flakko?
Because Flakko get me mad because I've been defending Flakko for a long time, right?
Yeah, what he do?
But then now he making it hard for me to defend him, right?
Okay.
So you talk about how like the gangbangers is this and that.
Yeah.
What we don't deserve and what should happen. But
lock them away. They're animals.
But you claim you fuck with me.
Oh, he's saying that?
Oh, he been saying that, bro.
You fuck with Brick Baby. How you fuck with niggas like us?
Flakko ain't talking like that.
But you saying well, we don't deserve, and then even when they say
we need him to come sit down and hear. We need this conversation with him, man.
Yeah.
Set that up. We need to hear this.
No. The thing is,
he would not say that to y'all. That's the thing.
No, he will act like he don't understand.
Yeah, he's a master of deflection, bro.
Yeah.
Like there's no accountability gonna be taken, bro. He'd be like, no, I'm not talking about Peachy Gotti, Munchie, no, because he fucks with y'all.
Yeah.
No, that's a fact. I hate even giving him such a kind word of saying master of anything. But he definitely got down the whole convenient speech impediment. It's like how people that speak in broken English already, all of a sudden they can't speak no English if you start asking them, hey, my phone is missing and nobody's leaving this classroom until I find my phone. Once you ask the person that already speaks in broken English that, come to find out is in their backpack. I'm just saying as an example of what Flakko does. I'm not trying to say that, like, just because you can't speak full-blown English that you out here stealing phones. But I'm just an example. You know what I'm saying? Roll with it, right? Flakko uses that shit like how somebody like that would. Like, oh, no English. Ain't no English. Like, that's what he's doing when he starts doing all that stuttering and just talking in circles and trying to ask questions and get off the subject. He's trying to dodge the accountability, which is why he didn't even join. He was invited to the Wack and Adams show hosted by Lush, but he didn't join because he doesn't want to get called out, not even in pre-recording, where he's not going to have any say on the final edit, really. He doesn't want to be held accountable for any of his actions over the past few years with his interactions with Brick Baby, with Loose Cannon, with possibly playing a role with maybe, snitching, offering some information to the feds. He doesn't want to be held accountable for anything, but especially not something like that, and especially not someone like Wack, who's already almost lost it with him and already almost put hands on him on camera. You know what I'm saying? So we got to stop letting Flakko get away with the BS, man. And that's why y'all say, oh, well, you make all your content on Flakko. I've been wanting to make content on other categories, y'all. I've been wanting to expand. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I know it's going to sound like some LeBron James type of cap, but I'm dead ass when I say when Wes Watson was first in his peak run of getting made fun of by everybody, all the commentary channels were talking about Wes Watson. I was like, okay, well, fitness influencers in general, there's a couple that are like super easy to be like, yo, this dude's just extra. And I found Togi, but when I found Togi, I also found Ashton Hall. But Ashton Hall, for the most part, I didn't disagree with enough to make a video criticizing him. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't feel genuine. I had it all chopped up and ready. It was in the edit bay and ready to go. but I was just forcing the words out. Like how there's like 6-minute rants in this video, 7-minute rants in this video, even the 3-minute rants in this video. I couldn't get enough words out on the Ashton Hall situation. The only thing I could really talk about that was like funny to me, or like, damn, that's extra, was bro dunking his head in the ice bucket. But I get the whole benefits of cold plunging and things like that, and putting yourself through hardship in order to, improve your mental health and physical health. But and also the benefits for the skincare and stuff like that with the cold water. So I understood that, but it was just funny that he's using whatever this high-end bottle of water. It's like getting a damn Fiji or Voss water and pouring in a bowl of ice, and then he got the personal assistants and shit. But it's like, man, I'm not about to make fun of this dude. He's out here just, he's on his motivational tip. That's like trying to make a commentary video on Gary Vee. It might be a hit, but I rock with Gary Vee. So I'm not about to have too much to say criticizing Gary Vee. It's just gonna be a Lush One commentary video. Imagine Lush running a faceless channel and just sitting there like, oh shit, I agree with that too. And then hits the Pookie again. Oh shit. Yeah, that's real. That's real shit. This dude is a trendsetter. He's a cornerstone in society. Like it's not really fitting my brand. I disagree with some things, and I got to get it off. It's really that simple. And I've been disagreeing with a lot of things about how Flakko gets down. And to be all the way honest with y'all, I've also been disagreeing with Academiks for a very long time. I just didn't have the technology in my hands and piecing everything together to be able to make videos basically calling out the bullshit in Academiks. Because if I really got back into watching bro's content, I could make videos every day criticizing Academiks, even retroactively. Because I've always been like the type of person that might argue with their TV or argue with the podcast they listen to driving to work. I might pause it and get off my whole own theory listening to the Joe Budden shit. I got theories on hip hop and all that shit. And I might start making videos on rap music and shit again. I just haven't been in a space where I've been listening to music at all. I got homies that have sent me music and I still haven't listened to nothing. I literally have not listened to music in like a year. Outside of listening, I tried to listen to Lil Durk's new album. When Brick Baby was beefing with Big Sad the most recent time, I went and listened to some Big Sad for the first time ever. And I was like, this shit is fire. And then who else? I don't know. But I really haven't been listening to music since last year. So anyways, though, back into the content. But that's kind of me going off on another side rant. But the side rant is to let y'all know that there is some diversity on the way to the channel for sure. But I'm still gonna be on Flakko's head every time I get the chance. You got me fucked up if you think I'm not gonna be.
But I do look. That's kind of a valid.
He's a civilian though.
Can't
right?
talk about gangbangers and stuff like that, and talk about because if you don't want to understand our lifestyle for one, and then you talk bad about it bad and act like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I just don't understand how you do that, but you claim to be super, and you capitalizing off every because that's all you cover.
So you're saying that Flakko's a culture vulture?
That's the first person to come to mind. It ain't the Vlads, no Trap Law Ross or this nigga Adam.
Flakko.
It's Flakko. I'm like because you
fuck it.
You speak
Flakko is on you.
No, bro. You got all this venom on your tongue.
Flakko is on you, nigga.
Like you just like niggas
members only chat.
Earth.
Yeah, nigga, we on your ass now. I tried to help you, man.
No, I've been trying to help you. Like that's why I'm like, damn, and he make it hard for me to even defend him these days.
Nah, because you can't be saying fuck a certain demographic and you know what I mean, and not being support of that culture, but then your content is basically eating off that culture because that's the same shit. No matter the color and race.
Then you go Martin Luther King and say what should happen, but you get into your chalupa now, but do something then. Yeah. Like I did challenge them like around whether it was back to school, so I'm like, pull up in the set then, and then you know what I'm saying?
Give something back.
Right.
He stopped answering. Like I called his bluff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a problem with the culture ourselves of knowing how to support ours. You know what I'm saying? For real.
And yeah, like, and we've talked about this several times. Like, black people are the most accepting people probably on the planet Earth. Gonna show love if you cool. You feel me?
Show you love.
Motherfuckers ain't judgmental. If you good at whatever, be it fucking.
We gonna show you some love. We
you feel me? And if it happened to be rapping, if you cold at rapping and you
embrace you.
Whatever race, white, fucking Pacific Islander, fucking don't matter, Mexican, whatever. People gonna like black folks are gonna show love. So I understand wanting to be protective of that. Now Flakko recently made a comment that he is kind of trying to get out of the gang space of content. He trying to move on and do, and I respect that. But I will say it also kind of supports Munchie's narrative of culture vulture. If you're going to use the gangbanging
got
shit,
hot off that and
then just, that's kind of bootsy.
But he not qualified to speak on it.
Yeah,
right.
You know so it's about time to get off it probably now. You know what I'm saying?
You got qualified, and then you claim you don't respect you don't respect gangbangers.
Yeah,
and you know what I'm saying? So why what else you gonna cover then?
Yeah. Well, this is a dude, and like Flakko, and we've had so many debates. Me and him have probably had more debates about this topic on this channel than any two people, right? Yeah. And it's always me on this other side. Yeah. And he basically, when I'll be like, yeah, there's beauty in gangbanging, like it's a community thing. Like I understand the negativity that shouldn't be glorified, but there's a lot of aspects of it that, like the brotherhood aspect, that I think is really beautiful. And,
definitely.
And he'll laugh in my face when I say that. He'll be, come on, Lush, seriously, laugh in my face. Like I just said the most retarded thing ever.
Yeah, because he haven't probably seen that side of it because he's not, you know what I mean? Like you said, it's a brotherhood. Like you got to be a part of it to understand that part. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, he would just need a real conversation with people that's like, you know, that
he's been
understand
around enough,
yeah, probably, but like probably not to the extent of even understanding it all the way fully though. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people will bring motherfuckers in, but they not all the way embracing it. Just because I brung you in my house don't mean you really was, you know what I mean, embracive that I brought you into this. You just like leave like, I was at the homie, I was at this nigga house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you ain't realize, I brought you somewhere, man, a safe haven. You ain't had no problems. Everything was good. We fed you, made sure you was straight, anything like that. But to you thought you just did some shit like, I was at that nigga house, just straight.
I just slid through Compton like it was nothing.
You know what I mean? But didn't understand what it took for a motherfucker to do that for you. I think you just got to understand that part, like, because gang content, for one, that's the bottom of the barrel for YouTube though. I'm gonna keep it all the way gangster, like for real though. like gang content, like ain't nobody. I don't know no nigga that's, and maybe somebody can school me. Maybe Flakko might be getting paid off that shit, but I don't know. But I'm saying like besides him, then it ain't too many motherfuckers that I know that's just out here just rich off gang content, bro. You know
it's so funny, like you see like these dudes that damn near seem like they want to go to prison, or they're excited about the prospect of having to stay there. And you got dudes like this guy, your homie that you're talking about, who got in a situation where he had that dude, I'm pretty sure he gonna say he wanted to get out of there that whole fucking time. You feel me?
Sure.
But he stood tall, did his shit, came home, and now that's an inspirational story for sure.
And he got and it's a documentary out. My boy just dropped, man. If y'all go on YouTube, man, Fly Thugger, FLYYTHUGGA. It's a real Compton movie, man. It's gonna tell you his origin from a kid all the way to coming home, everything, man. Detail.
This out?
It's out right now on YouTube. He got his own YouTube channel he just created called Fly Thugger. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if y'all tune in, we definitely, man, you know what I mean, appreciate every view, and y'all gonna lock in, man. It's gonna be more. And he filmed it himself, you know what I mean, edited him and my guy Reese, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, you work with Reese? Okay.
Yeah, man, all this is, man, dudes doing this shit on their own. So I can't really make no excuses for no niggas that's out here covering the negative, because it's niggas that's handling real business that really been standing on tens, and niggas be trying to turn a blind eye and not look at them and not give them that, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be wanting to pay attention to the clowns, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, niggas niggas out here that ain't doing no bunk shit.
Yeah. We don't want to see, you don't want to see Munchie get disrespectful. You don't want to see that. You lucky being nice. I'm just playing winter sweets. Thank you.
No, I just want Flakko, he need to end the gang content. It's a wrap for that shit.
It's a wrap for it,
Flakko. If he don't respect nothing like.
Yeah. Oh, that's we're putting a red X over.
I mean, no, they ain't.
We need him to sit down right here. We need to figure out why he was doing that and what made him think that was okay, or did he, you know what I mean? We need to hear his side too, though, because I ain't never interviewed with him about no gang shit. I came up here with my guy T Money. We talked about some music music that time, so I didn't never really tune into his channel to know that's what he was on. Like,
bro, he's like the new Warren Chirac.
Oh,
basically.
Shit. Oh man.
Okay, first
See, I'm slipping.
Let me ask both of y'all this: did y'all know who DJ Academiks was before the Warren Chirac? Or is that how you found out who he was? Or was it after that?
No, I know he was before. I like that Academiks better with the squeaky voice.
Yeah, that's Warren Chirac, though.
No. Before he used to talk about other stuff, though.
When we talk about, like, music shit, like Young Thug and all that?
Some updates on some music type shit.
Okay.
I think he got popping, though, like, when he probably, like, but like, he ain't lying. When he probably ran across my desk was when he was talking about all that
Warren Chirac
shit, all the 6ix9ine shit, like, all them different little cases, all that type of time. Yeah, I started seeing him around that time.
That's when I became a fan, and I love Ack, you feel me? Shouts to Ack.
Like Meek Mills and all that type of shit. He was doing all that. I was seeing
but
that.
It basically because I see Flakko kind of following the trajectory. You know, Ack is like, you know, his mentor, right? Ack, to me, I mean, Munchie, you're super tied in to the internet. Because most people don't even know he was doing that content before. Like, really, and this is me and Flakko got in a big argument about this the other day because he said the same thing Munchie said. I was like, bro, we all fucked with Ack originally because he was talking about
music.
Fools getting smoked in Chicago and King Lil J, the Chirac Wolverine, and fucking
he had all the little funny
little nicknames for everybody, and like that was what made. And so I think Flakko kind of did the LA version of that before he graduated, because then Ack graduated, we see he's
now
way past that now, way past.
For sure.
So, but Munchie, what was it specific? Because I feel like Flakko been on bunk timing this whole time. What was it that switched your mind this quick?
Nah, thing is, I was feeling like he was playing. First of all, I'm like, all right, it's all shock value. He know better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then I'm like, okay, he trying to be serious, like, you know what I'm saying? And it be like disrespectful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you can't be buddy running around with P Nice, who's been through the county jail, or he told Munchie B, your boy, and I done been in jail for all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm from where I'm from. And then talking about free Brick. Brick in and out of jail, like he, you know what I'm saying, about to work there. He be there so much.
He don't work there.
So how you claiming that? You know what I'm saying? You got love for all these people, but you talk bad, and they all say a nigga died, and they run it up on the GoFundMe for the family or the mom got that much. Oh shit, she should figure that out herself. Not saying he said that, but like. He say shit like borderline that type of shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I haven't heard him say that specifically,
no, that's what
but
I'm saying hypothetically, it'd be borderline.
He go to the extreme a little bit.
He'd be like, ooh, go fund me that quick. Ooh. Like, it'd be like little things, And
then I try to explain to him, or if you on drugs, bro, you know the counselors are gonna be ex-drug heads. You know what I'm saying? If you alcohol, same thing. So with the gang thing, the people that's gonna get,
that was in it,
right? It's gonna be that. Oh, why are they giving money to the? Okay, here. This how it's supposed to go. Like, man, you don't know, nigga. You think this little dude with tattoos on his face go listen to this dude over here? Listen to Adam.
Man, he's not listening.
He gonna listen to a Geechee that been there
for sure.
No, for sure, or some shit like that.
No, I know that. Like, I wish that I had the ability to reach those kids like that. Definitely not. Though.
No, you gotta use people from the community that understand it to even have that type of vernacular when they talking to them youngsters. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're trying to really make a difference.
So that's those clips from Lush running the No Jumper show. Shout out to Lush for putting on a good show. It was a clippable show still, without the dark energy that Adam brings to the damn show. Adam is really good at podcasting. You know what I'm saying? I got to give the credit there. But Lush held his own. I didn't turn off the episode earlier, none of that. But so at some point in that episode, though, Munchie brought up his other gripe with Flakko. I think it's really the final straw is how Flakko is going at Munchie's manager. Like I kind of alluded to earlier, Drea the Virgo. He's going at her again. And he says, you know, I'm not directly quoting him, but he basically says, why does he keep trying to go at Drea the Virgo? That's a little zesty. When it's grown men that's talking about him, why don't you go at those grown men and leave Drea the Virgo, the manager who doesn't hop on a microphone every day, leave her out of it? But it's because Flakko has this history of what we actually accused Suspect and Sharp at one point was accused of it too, of only being confrontational with women. Except for Flakko is actually on paperwork for a confrontation with a female. So let's get into that paperwork right here. All right, so the first time I posted some paperwork about Jalo, it was a little wrong. So his real name is Menyengo Tokpa. Yeah, so very African name. Frederick Jalo, or I'm sorry, Jala might actually be a part of his real name as well. You know, a lot of Africans do have a lot of characters in their name and sometimes multiple last names and shit. But nonetheless, this is what's listed in the actual legal paperwork, and they list his aliases in this paperwork. So that's how we know for sure we're talking about the right person now, right? Because he's tried to make a lot of mystery in his history, but this shit is public record. It is a simple Google search away. Look, Violence Against Women Act. They violated that. A group of people, Jalo and a group of people. So Jalo is allegedly some type of a cyber gang leader. One of my very first videos. It's sitting at like 500 views currently. Because it's one of my very first videos. I was still eating on camera and literally cooking, unmuting my mic, saying my take, and then going back to cooking and all types of wild shit while recording that video. But I said LA has a new gang leader in that video, and it's Flakko, because I had found that clip that is the screensaver of the Adam and Wax Show computer of Flakko throwing up gang signs on camera. But Menyengo's been doing this. So Mr. Bison Menyengo, was accused of a bunch of crimes, all kind of a cyber nature. So he's like a certified cyber bully. Not a certified PDF. That's where Lush was wrong, and Point and Shoot was simply just reporting on what Lush confronted Flakko with. He didn't actually run with the narrative that Flakko is a PDF. He said Lush called you a PDF. So the whole basis of that lawsuit was BS from the beginning, and he admitted that he only did it to get more information on Point and Shoot so he could basically spin the block and commit similar crimes to what you see in this paperwork. Except for this time, yes, Point and Shoot is a man, but he's still terrorizing American citizens at the end of the day. ODM Slim is allegedly suing him. I've seen that there's a petition that you can sign to deport Flakko and everything. ODM is leading the charge. He's, I may have blew the whistle, but ODM has taken the ball and he's trying to run to the goal line with it. And I'm cheering him on. I'm like, I set a good block. I'm gonna watch the running back run the rest of those yards. Yeah, right on, brother. Fight on, brother. And shout out to ODM Slim, Munchie B, and Gangland Neem. Even though Gangland Neem is the only one of those three that I think even knows that my channel exists. But nonetheless, shout out to y'all because y'all are doing what you're supposed to do. Alleged gang member or not, our job as men is to defend women. And Drea the Virgo is a female. She is a woman, right? And basically, Munchie B said it. He said, hey, why you got all this smoke for a female? That's zesty behavior. That's strange. What's up with you? There's plenty of capable men that would rather have that same smoke with you. Why don't you give them that smoke instead of giving it to the manager? She don't got nothing to do with that. And then Flakko even went so far with his latest alleged terroristic act against a female, cyber terroristic act that can become, real life though, right? In his latest act against a female, guess what he did? He tries to bash her business and make her lose out on business. Now, I am not a client of Drea the Virgos. However, I do see the value in having a YouTube manager. Or if you're a musician, a lot of us in this space have made music at one point in our lives, and there's these things called managers in the music space. What do managers do? They book you for shows. They set up collaborations. They have you do appearances, things that generate money for what you've been working on so that They handle the business side of things so that you can focus on the creative side of things, right? So that's essentially what Drea the Virgo does for YouTubers. She did not create this space. There's lots of YouTubers that have business managers and or YouTube managers. Guess what? It's so common that when you're a YouTube creator, any of you guys that have a advanced YouTube dashboard can see this feature yourself and probably have seen it already. But for those of you that aren't, that are watching and don't really create on YouTube, when you create on YouTube, there's a bunch of different tabs and menus when you really get into the YouTube studio, right? One of those tabs and menus says, like, share access to my account with YouTube Manager. You click on that and you can have everything business related as far as brands wanting to do brand deals. So if Prize Picks wants to sponsor Just Clips One, in theory, if I'm a client of Drea the Virgos, then that email would automatically go to Drea the Virgo, and she'd be able to send me a text or Instagram message or something and say, hey, Prize Picks is offering this much. You want to accept it or not? I don't have to do none of the back and forth, none of the negotiation. She knows my analytics. She's sending them the data that backs the number I'm asking for to put their ads throughout my video. That's what she does for her people. And then some more as well. It gets deeper than that. But my point is in this rant, right, is that YouTube managers are so common that adding your YouTube manager to your brand kit, to the advertising side of your YouTube account it's integrated into the YouTube software. It's integrated into the website. It's such a commonly used feature that it's a part of that whole aspect of YouTube, whole behind the scenes aspect of YouTube. So trying to bash her for doing the business side for creatives and not screwing them over and not, you know what I mean? Because yeah, you hear stories of, oh, the book person was taking some off the top, or my manager was screwing me over. From what I've seen, I haven't seen anybody come out and complain about Drea the Virgo screwing up their money or you know what I mean, taking some of their AdSense revenue. Whatever you got to pay her for her services is y'all agreement. Just like with any manager, your manager's making your life easier, getting you more money. So if you don't understand that, then you don't understand how the majority of like creative businesses, entertainment, you don't understand how the majority of the entertainment business works in general, yet alone YouTube, right? Now, I say all that to say to Poetik Flakko, because, I know just based off of what people say on camera here and there, I know Lush watches my videos from time to time, and a few other people at No Jumper. And I have reason to believe Flakko's probably watched a video or two. So if you watch this one, Flakko, and you made it this far, buddy, you know what I'm saying? Leave Drea the Virgo alone. You have a bone to pick it with a man to man. Don't do all your little weirdo tactics either. You can go back and forth with these people. They have established audiences. You have this thing that you've been doing ever since you got hired at No Jumper where you like to look down on people. But at the end of the day, you started with 0 subscribers just like everybody else. You're no better than anybody else. We're all equal in this earth. That's not a YouTube. I'm not saying that on a YouTube aspect. I'm saying that in general. There's people that comment on my videos that agree or disagree. They have 0 followers. They have 100,000 followers or more. We're still all equal. We are equal and entitled to our opinions. We have the equal right to voice our opinions. And you're mad at people that voice opinions and or criticisms about you. You're mad at that because you're soft, because your parents failed you, and because you're a disgrace to your family name. And you know you're a disgrace to your family name, Flakko, because that's why you're trying to pivot and shift your content, because you didn't come in the game like the people that you're criticizing and saying, oh, those little gangbangers over there. Yeah, all those so-called jokes aside, They came into the game with morals and integrity, and they're standing on those. We have yet to see you stand on anything morally sound. You stand on the right to your bullshit, which you do have the right to put out bullshit. But we also have the right to call out your bullshit. And that's my little rant towards that. Now, speaking of violence against women, which we will never condone on this channel, I'm a proud girl daddy. Even before that, I'm the only boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm my father and mother's only boy. I have other siblings. They're females. I was raised around a predominantly female house outside of my dad's male presence. Two-family home, though. Don't get it twisted. I haven't had the same experience as others. But what I have had still is a very diverse friend group. I moved around a lot as a kid, so I've always had to learn how to make new friends. You know what I'm saying? How to relate to a wide variety of people. I've always had to be able to do that. And what we have now is somebody who has shown traits. Now, I don't know of Almighty ever having put his hands on a woman, but the way that he yells at women on camera, it is a red flag, to say the least. That's definitely, you're looking crazy in the light. If you talk to one of my loved ones the way that you talk to Jaleese when your watch broke, I probably would have to pull up to, accompany them at work as well. Because you tripping and you're moving crazy. See, us as men, we have to realize that when we shout and yell and get angry to a woman that oftentimes weighs 100 pounds less than us, and it is usually at least a foot shorter than us, unless you're like Flakko, where they weigh 200 to 300 pounds less than you, and you're the same height. But even then, that can be very intimidating and very scary. So we have to be mindful of that. Even when angered, we have to do our best to not yell at the top of our lungs. Now, Almighty did better about not yelling, but that's because this time Jaleese came prepared with male presence as her backup, as she has the right to do. We don't know what trauma she's dealing with from past relationships and things like that. Now, she's no saint. She's no angel. I'm not about to sit up here and put on no cape and try to, just paint her as the perfect woman. No. First of all, I have a girl I'm very proud of having, and she would not approve of that message. But doesn't mean that any woman deserves to clock into work and get yelled at to the level that Almighty be yelling. Imagine if you went to McDonald's and seen that same crash out that Almighty had, in the burger flippers, G-Shock flew off and fell into the grease. Somebody might, the right Karen might have called the cops on bro at the McDonald's because he was yelling at the female coworker. You can't treat your coworker like that. You really shouldn't even be treating, your baby mama, your girlfriend, or none of that the way that he's treating his coworker either. But anyways, this long rant aside, let's get into part 2 of Almighty vs. Jaleese on the No Jumper News. This time with some Northern California male support present for a potential Almighty crash out that gets derailed, and we get to see them try to defuse their situation and whatnot. And let's just check it out. It's the last clip of the video. If you've made it this far already, you're the real MVP. And this is a nice little gem right here.
Everything I owe the IRS. Listen, because look, just me recently becoming a U.S. citizen about like 2 years ago.
You just wait. You just became a citizen?
Yeah.
I thought you had been a citizен. You took the test. You said you took the test and everything.
No, again, as a kid, right? Naturalized, right?
Yeah.
But like, again, as an adult, like I took it, like somebody actually took it, right? No, but listen, right? No, but listen, just me being so fucking paranoid when it comes to like the government, bruh, I just, I don't wait. Again, some people wait like years to file, which I don't know why. Like, rather, but like Josh and them, like, no, sorry, not Josh, but some people wait like 2-3 years to file. But suspect just walked in.
Yes, he did.
You had a little grin. So listen, man,
a little nigga can't walk in with a smile.
All right.
What's up with this nigga?
No, not you. She had a grin. I said, yeah, yeah.
Of course you did. It's suspect. He walked in.
No, but though, we want to, just get through it all for me today, man, feel me? And hopefully, overcome your issues before we get into, like, the topics, man. So,
nigga, I don't need no Martin Luther King ass nigga.
Right?
Talking about me and my issues ain't shit to be solved, nigga.
Damn.
Fuck you talking about, nigga.
Wait, so like, it's up now for good? It's not?
Ain't shit to solve and you can't mediate it.
Oh, okay.
That's his problem now. Like, you just talk too much.
I don't give a fuck. Who gonna stop me?
Clearly, nobody.
Yeah, man.
What you mean? That's my job.
You just talk.
I get paid to.
You get your job.
I get paid to talk.
Put on a show.
That's what they have me here for.
This is like your persona.
I get persona. This is me when I wake up.
As soon as
this
you
is me when I wake up.
This is your persona.
This is me when I wake up.
Your persona.
You don't know me off camera. This is me.
I don't want to know you off camera.
Josh.
I don't want to know you off camera.
Am I the same nigga?
I'm sorry, gangsta. I don't want to know you.
When I wake up, Josh? That part.
Why would Josh know how almighty he is when he first wakes up? That's pause in itself. But Flakko's going to have the ultimate pause at the end of the day.
This ain't no motherfucking persona. This me. I'm the reason you're here. Irrelevant, but I'm the reason you have a job. Fuck out of here. Irrelevant. I'm the reason you get to sit on this couch.
No, let's come on, man. Come on, bro.
I'm the reason you get to be here. I must be doing something.
And whoever took that from you, that doesn't take away the fact that you have terrible characteristics as a person. What are you talking about?
I don't want to talk about you for real. You still off that shit? You still off that shit?
Yeah, I am.
Terrible
I'm on a crystal flight right now. How about that? How about that? What are you talking about? Am I still in that shit?
This is a whole smoker.
You scouted me out, but I'm a whole smoker. You scouted me out, but I'm a whole smoker, right?
Yeah,
This is the the light skin pot calling the light skin pot black or whatever. The light skin kettle calling the you know the saying. Damn it. This is crazy. The pot calling the kettle black, but neither of them is you know what I mean? I mean, at least not Flakko. At least suspect is actually African American. Jaleese don't even claim that shit. She like Flakko low key, but Cuban versus light skinned nigga with entitlement issues, and they're throwing some good jabs at each other back and forth. But why I had to pause it and say something is at the end of the day, Almighty's a known pillhead and known lean junkie, so you're basically addicted to some hard stuff yourself. So trying to throw addiction in her face is crazy, as if you're not also battling with addiction, which you already know what the vibes is over here. Stay sober, you know what I'm saying? That's the line we pushing till the end of time. I'm even sober, no weed, barely ever drink. And yeah, honestly, I've been a much better person since I've stopped smoking weed. So when I say stay sober, I mean even that. Now I know some of y'all trying to quit the more dangerous and reckless things. That's that's a better crutch to lean on than the shit you're used to leaning on. So by all means, if you smoking and enjoying this video, salute to you as well, as long as you ain't smoking cigarettes. Because those kill you way faster than what weed will kill you based off of what we've seen play out over time. So unless you in the county jail listening to me, you don't got no business smoking no cigarettes. Straight up. Go smoke you a pre-roll joint or nothing at all. But that's a journey. It's like weight loss. Like everybody has a different pace and journey when it comes to sobriety. So I don't shame no one in my audience for being, you know what I mean, on something, addicted to something and things like that. I just hope that through my brief testimonies that I give here and there, I try not to be preachy about it either. But I'm in a long-winded type of mood today. You know what I'm saying? If y'all like it, y'all like it. I hope you do. If not, all just. I know some of y'all are going to say you hate it, but some of y'all go on to people who don't even talk that much on their videos and say they talking too much. So it's like, bro, you could just go watch the original content for real, too. Like I said, I gotta put my own self on this shit at the end of the day, too. But, yeah, whoever I could help stop playing video games and become productive in life, cool. Whoever I could help put down the joint, put down the blunt, and really start chasing after, all your goals, cool. Now, what I do instead of smoking my days away, I hop on here and make a YouTube video. I don't think I would be dropping damn near 2-hour YouTube videos if I was smoking weed still. Maybe I would. Maybe this video would be 3 hours because I'm smoking weed, but maybe not. Maybe I would only drop once a month. You know what I mean? So whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you productive. I was a functioning pothead for a long, long time. But I definitely like this version of myself the best. You know what I'm saying? This is how God created me to be, is sober. And that's the same to all y'all out there. So we staying sober with it. And we're not shaming people like what Suspect is doing either, though. That's crazy, especially when you're a known addict. But back into this crash out part 2 on this. See, this really could have been his whole own video, but the watch didn't explode this time. But y'all peep, he only got 1 watch on his wrist ever since. He ain't 2 watching it no more. And when Ralphie the Plug come to work, he tucking them fugazi ass watches all the way.
Smokers up here. Lush been up here 3 years.
But that's your problem.
We love smokers
here. That's your problem. You think you're superior and you have more seniority.
Superior? I don't think I'm better than nobody. I don't think I'm better than Josh. I don't think I'm better than Flakko. I don't think I'm better than you. I just don't think you're shit. I don't think I'm better than you, bro. How? I'm shit right now. I'm shit right now, baby. I'm shit right now, baby.
You can drop a music video right now.
So they want to sit down?
Baby.
10,000 views.
I'm shit right now.
You ain't shit and you won't ever be shit is one of the funniest disses you could ever say to somebody. Especially when you genuinely believe it, and then now you dropping YouTube analytics on the same person. Like, damn, she's low key bodying, bro, but he actually is rebutting good. I just think that he loses the argument once he's about to start pumping his chest at the camera and saying W sus. That's when it's like, nah, you lose the argument. You got to keep coming with more points.
Now, baby.
You're not shit.
I'm sure right now. I get paid to be here every day,
love. You're not doing no numbers. That's why you gotta go on no jumper and put on a show.
Well, how can we bring peace? Okay.
You gotta put on a show.
Josh, come on, bro. Josh, you're loving this, but we gotta.
I wasn't like loving it. I didn't think we were gonna be jumping.
You're gonna put on a show.
Because
that's what you do. You gotta put on a show because your rap ain't rapping. You have no streams. You're not accumulating no streams on your own platform. You're not doing that.
Where's your children?
Not
you're not doing that.
Where's your kids?
Where are my kids?
You got custody of your kids?
They're put up. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I ain't think so.
So who got them?
I ain't think so.
So who got them?
You got custody of your kids?
So who got them? Where's your kids at?
Do you got custody at my house?
Do you have 1 baby mama or 2?
I have 2, and I have custody of both mine.
I have 1 baby daddy.
Do you have custody of your kids?
I have 1 baby daddy. I have 1 baby daddy. So what are you talking about?
Do you have custody of your kids?
I don't have custody of my kids.
I didn't think so.
I don't
Talking
have
about terrible
human
human custody. You want to go personal? We can really take it there. You don't have custody because you're a terrible person. You're a shitty mother and a terrible person.
I mean, that's really the mic drop right there. That's a crazy thing to say to somebody. But we gonna let the clip keep going. I just gotta point out that, yo, you're a shitty mother and a terrible person. That would make somebody stand up and get in your face, at the very least. I'm surprised she didn't go full, like, Bad Girls Club and pour the Red Bull on them.
Listen. Hold on.
You're shitty.
But he's saying I don't have custody of my kids.
She said I'm a terrible person. We want to do personal attacks. We could do that.
My kids, I do.
No,
you want to do personal attacks? We could do that.
My kids are 0. I do have custody of my kids, though. Yeah.
You just said you don't. You just said you don't.
Yes, I did.
So do you or do you not? So do you or do you not? So do you or do you not?
No, okay, no. Sit down, man. Bro, mediate the situation, bro. Come on, bro. Mediate, bro. Come on, man.
Why is the kid
Suspect.
Bro, I'm not even talking.
Take care. She said, all right.
I'm not even talking. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it.
Mediate real quick, the peace, bro.
All right.
All I'm saying is,
Okay. All right.
Very.
Like what? They know about me and my kids though. They know about me and my kids though. You're going off the internet though. You's a Northern California fucking groupie, nigga. All you do is stock everything in Northern California like you know.
Nigga, you supposed to breathe. Don't let that shit get to you.
What?
What's going on with the fact that you rented Snowy the Frosty Snowman, whatever his name is, chain?
You're right.
What are you talking about? You rented his chain.
You're right.
You ain't own nothing. You're not a gangster. What are you talking about? Pimp Sherlock?
You're right.
No, okay. But what has to be done for there to be peace, man? An apology an apology from like both sides.
W
says.
Who's gonna do it first?
W
But
says.
he talked too much, bud.
W says.
He talked too much, bud.
Yeah, so who's squashing real quick? Can we just?
He So what happened? How come you're not from BPS no more?
I argue with everybody.
How come you're not from BPS no more? Hold on, why you not from BPS no more?
Why are you
not from BPS
no more? No, let's not. No, come on, guys.
Why are you not from BPS no more?
Argue with everybody.
Why are you not from BPS
Because who wants to follow rules that were made by 13-year-olds in the 70s?
So is it because
who want to follow rules made by 13-year-olds in the 70s? Not at all.
So you're not on paperwork?
I mean, some would say she's going too far, but she just got called a shitty mother and that she don't got custody over her kids and that she smoked the same things that Lush One smokes. So I feel like nothing is off limits at that point because he definitely took the lowest blows possible. It's definitely kind of like, I don't see the point in arguing with a female to this capacity. Like, yeah, you guys are making content at the end of the day, and it seems like they both are level-headed enough to realize that still. But at the same time, she did feel the need to bring male support because Suspect and the way he conducts himself, it seems like he would possibly crash out and maybe put his hands on a woman on camera or just off to the side, off of the camera. Who knows what happens once the camera stops rolling? At least, if you don't really know the nigga like that. And, he arguing with his whole bussy out, so he don't really seem to care about much. And it's just, it's kind of disgusting to watch a grown man conduct himself the way that Almighty Suspect constantly conducts himself on camera. It's starting to become cringe. I think most of the fans are starting to get sick of it too. But I will say, on a not very competitive day for content, this was good content. It was. Now, would I participate in making content like this? No, not if I'm Suspect, because you're making a wild image for yourself. It makes it hard for a brand to attach themselves to you, other than a brand like No Jumper that doesn't give a damn about anything. But as far as like any type of sponsors and shit, I don't know. You better keep on getting sponsored by dispensaries, brother, and things like that, because this is a bad look. Arguing with a female like this is just, it's pointless, because it's like, if it does escalate, what are you gonna do? You're gonna fight her homeboy that she brought with her this time? Like, what's the point of that? You don't got no real issue to be fighting over. I feel like, people shouldn't just be fighting after a certain age just for the sake of fighting. If you're gonna do that, at least go get in the boxing ring and get some money out of it, especially since you're influencers. I'm sure Aiden Ross will pay you a bag to fight on his next card, or some other influencer card. At least get the bag. But I'm gonna let the clip finish up. Again, y'all the real MVPs if you've made it this far. And excuse my hiccups that happened here and there throughout the video. I hope that doesn't bother y'all niggas too much. But I appreciate each and every one of you, especially if you made it to the end. And peace and love. I will see y'all on the next video. And hopefully it is sooner than this one was. I got a lot going on with real life yet again, but that is no excuse. I've made a commitment to entertain y'all as often as I can, and I cannot wait until I can get a schedule down with when these videos are supposed to drop, so that I can just drop consistently. I have a format ready. I just have to finalize it and put it into practice for the first time. And we should start seeing some structure on my channel, because we're now like 6 months in. So the next 6 months, I'm trying to really grow this thing, y'all. I'm really trying to grow it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I'm trying to hurry up and get to 4,000 subs. Salute to anybody that might be considering subbing. We got a little rule around here. One, so I'm gonna add to that rule. If you done made it past the hour and 30-minute mark, you might as well just hit the sub button now, because that's the equivalent of watching 3 YouTube videos in this space anyways. So you might as well hit sub, because you basically watched 3 videos. But if you don't watch 3 of my videos already, you could have watched a Lord of the Rings film. So you definitely might as well hit that subscribe button. If you watched 3 videos in the last 30 days and were entertained by all 3, this being the 3rd one, hit subscribe. leave a like. You don't have to leave a comment, but it does help the channel grow. You know what I'm saying? That's damn near like giving me $1, leaving a comment, because it's gonna get recommended to somebody else, and then somebody else, and somebody else, and we're just gonna keep growing and growing and growing. And then we're gonna see where we go from there once we get to a place that's happy. But you know, until the next one, see ya.
Find it,
So
baby.
you're not on paperwork?
Find it, baby.
So why did you take off on
Nope.
Lush if you're not on paperwork?
Nope. Cause
If it
my
wasn't true,
name.
why'd you get so mad?
Cause my name, baby.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
my
don't know,
name,
blood. I heard
baby.
you was on paperwork and
Find
got DP.
it.
Matter of fact, I got the video on my phone.
Find
Speaking
it.
of paperwork.
Matter of fact, yeah.
Have we not done that up here
No,
already?
Josh.
Find it.
We're trying to solve it first.
We don't
before we get
go.
to-
I don't need nobody.
Flakko, this is not getting
I don't need
solved.
nobody.
Just
Within
every
2
topic,
hours.
Josh. Listen,
Paperwork
Josh, listen,
where,
you know,
love?
we
I
have.
heard
Please
Almighty
find
was on
it.
paperwork,
I
blood.
bet
I
you
heard
every
Almighty
topic-
And I've
Suspect was
heard
on
It's gonna get
paperwork,
real, so
blood.
there's no
I
point.
I heard
in
Almighty
getting topics
Suspect
before
was
we
on
get to-
paperwork, blood. Tell
Find
him
the
to come.
paperwork,
Hey,
love.
bring the discovery, blood. Ain't you on the
Find
case?
it. Find the
Ain't you on
no.
the case?
What case?
Ain't you on the case?
What
No,
case?
so
Ain't you and
Lush
your daddy
Line.
on the
So
case?
Lush.
Find it.
Ain't
No.
you and your daddy on the case?
Find it.
Now I heard this from numerous.
Find
Oh,
it.
what the,
Hold
I
on.
don't know, but
And he
I know
got
Lush.
took off BPS.
Find it.
Yeah, you tried to be from a blood hood and
Find
got took
it.
off.
That's not what
You got
happened.
took off.
I
I
never
seen
got
the video,
put
you
off
got beat
nothing.
up.
I never got
You
put
got
off
beat up.
nothing. When you in the streets, you get
got
jumped
beat
and
up.
you jump, niggas.
You got
Okay.
It was mutual. It was.
Tall,
though.
light
It
skinned
was
cute
like-
nigga.
That's
But
all
but
I'm
mine-
saying.
listen,
I
mine-
do something to her.
No,
I do something to her in
Was that on
here.
suspect cute?
No, you
I do something to her in here. That's all it is, baby.
Wait, you not
I do something
wait,
to her,
okay,
baby.
wait, okay, listen.
I get her riled up
What?
in her loins and she
Tall,
can't handle
listen,
it up here.
listen,
That's what
listen,
happens,
no,
baby.
listen, bro.
It's sus, baby.
Tall, fly, light
That's
skinned cute
what
nigga.
happens.
I
Thank
can
you. Tell her.
understand.
Tell her,
It wasn't
Flock.
I can
like that.
understand.
Tell her, Flock.
I would flirt
He
too
felt it.
if I was a
and they
girl.
felt
I'm a
it.
natural
Yeah, he
flow.
understands.
But I'm a natural
Wait,
flow.
Pause.
You did.
Pause.
It's
Wait,
Please turn
pause.
off to tell the stories.
Wait,
Listen,
pause.
I'm a natural flirt.
Pause.
Yeah.
We can't let what Flakko just said go unnoticed.
What?
What you just say, bro?
He's a tall, fly, cute, light skinned nigga. And I will understand being a chick and having to flirt back. That's cool.
I didn't
But
hear
That's
that.
that point.
For
Thank
me,
you for
but
reminding
sorry,
me before,
but
'cause
but though,
what
okay,
the
but
fuck?
sorry, but though, back to Jalise, but wait though, when suspect turn, we can't interrupt, okay? So you got the floor right now, but when the suspect turn, don't you feel me? So yeah.
Yeah,
don't
no,
need
so
to turn.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm
She
keep
said
doing
everything
it.
for me.
He thought he was in control. How wrong he was.